Dr. Dan Purser, danpursermd.com. And we're live tonight on Facebook and now on Amazon Live. Is that right, Jackson?
That is correct, yes.
Why do we care about being live on Amazon Live? What's that all about?
It's just something new. It's a new live streaming platform, so we're giving it a try.
New audiences?
Yeah, hopefully.
Okay, cool.
So, if you want to watch this one, jump over on Amazon. You can see it over there, too.
We're also live in Japan and the Grand Tetons in Wyoming, plus Orlando.
We're live across the world.
So you could really go to be at Epcot, to our Magic Kingdom, or Hollywood Studios, and you could watch me live.
Technically,
up
yes.
on the big screen. Oh, no, never mind. Okay, so I'm not that live there. Okay, no. I'm live if you're on your phone. Okay, across from me is Brecken. That was her answering questions. Jackson is in control of everything as usual. It's funny because he works like 7 jobs while we're doing these videos. So, Will is not here, but he's the one who preps the videos for what? For Facebook Live later,
He edits them, makes them.
He gets out when I sneeze or make weird sounds or do this.
No, we keep those in just for everyone to listen to and enjoy.
Okay. Jackson, if you'd play our theme song, please. Quit texting people.
I am trying to do comments too. Okay.
You kind of made that a fancy Twinkle Twinkle Little Star, didn't you?
Yes, very fancy.
So is that because we were discussing fancy rides at Disney World now? What are the Genie Plus Pluses, or those are individual attractions that you can buy, right?
Something like that. I'm not really sure.
Okay, yeah, I'm not either. So it's all a mystery. We haven't been back in a while. Okay. My patient had severe Crohn's disease. He was a mess. Now he's pretty much normal, but probably still at risk for it. I'm sure I can't cure anyone, nor am I going to claim I can, but I can. It appears I can help improve most symptoms pretty dramatically eventually. So it was just weird. For ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease. Anyway, he couldn't get here tonight, so I'll interview him later this week, and we'll post the video and everything on here. It's up to him if he wants his face used or not. I don't think he said he didn't care, but I don't know. Anyway, yeah, he's become a normal young man now, so just kind of proud of it, and he blames me for saving his life. I don't know if I really did that, but I appreciate the thoughts. He's very kind. So, what do I do for ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease? Right?
Yep. Let's
go at this. Let's get this done. They like it when I just roll into. Oh yeah, and one other person here is Asia, who is Jackson's friend, and she was going to work Grogu, but she backed out at the last minute, so she's not working Grogu anymore. We're going to have him dancing across. Anyway, Grogu's not even on Disney Plus anymore, is he?
Yeah.
Okay. Are they going to do new shows about him?
Probably new season.
Or do I need to pull him from my wall?
Probably.
Oh, no, he's up there forever now.
Okay. So go ahead.
Dive right in.
And let's just start hitting these one by one and get this done, because these people want to watch probably the NFL
some good football,
or their church or something tonight. So
right into it. Should you be checking genetics for something specific with these conditions?
I like to find MT. So the weird thing I found out is, and I proved it with the search I did on PubMed the other day. I posted it. There were like 32 articles about I think it was 32 studies on MTHFR and Crohn's disease or ulcerative colitis. I can't remember which one I searched, but all my patients so far since I started doing this, that have Crohn's or ulcerative colitis or even early IBD, they all have significant MTHFR that I've seen, and that's anecdotal. I haven't treated hundreds this way yet. Not like I have fibro, but it's interesting that they have MTHFR or genetic errors that are methylation problems, but the mostly kind of bad MTHFR is what I've seen.
So a lot of bad B vitamin absorption is what you're kind of seeing, or
yeah. It's interesting, yeah, and they have massive vitamin deficiencies when I do the intracellular test, and we'll talk about that in a minute. But Yeah.
But you can see it just based on their genetics. There's a lot of things that are already flagged and popping up.
Yeah, I haven't found out. So MTHFR and NAT2 and glutathione errors are what causes fibro. That's what I think. That's the genetic combination for causing fibro. And I'll probably win the Nobel Prize in Medicine long after I'm passed from this earth. But I'm pretty sure because when I deal with those, my fibro cases all get better. So, but I don't know what the combination is with Crohn's or ulcerative colitis. I see MTHFR. I see glutathione errors, which are pretty significant with these patients. And I don't know what the other error is, but I'll find it eventually.
Searching for
I'll
it
just keep looking at people's genetics. So
till you get it.
yeah, and so you can either do the methylation. What do we call that?
It's called Foundation Methylation Wellness.
Foundation Methylation Wellness Test here, which only takes about 2 weeks to get back and is fairly inexpensive.
Yeah.
Or you can do the, I don't know. I like if you got them 23andMe, if you got the health and ancestry link, don't use your real name or date of birth. And I like that one too. That's how I'll find out what else it is. I'll keep digging into that. I want the imputed version. So you want to get the NutriHacker Direct.
Yeah. It's called NutriHacker Complete. You
Complete.
connect your 23andMe raw data to that. There's a great video we made about that, how to do it. They're gonna, a little while ago.
Oh.
They're gonna send you. You're gonna choose the complete panel for $37. It's gonna send you one version, but wait for the imputed version to come about. Sometimes it's anywhere from a half hour to 24 hours later. Wait for that one because that's
like
the
that
one
and
he
then
likes.
email it to info@danpersonmd.com and we'll talk.
Yep.
Set up an appointment. To go through all that takes about 30 minutes at least. Go through your genetics and because the next thing I'm going to suggest.
Yeah. How do you treat the MTHFR and the genetics that you see?
Well, the glutathione. I'm going to suggest use our virus glutathione. We have a patent on it. We have pharma patents. We have U.S. and international patents on it. There's a reason why they gave that to us because we've proven that supplement works.
Yeah.
So number one, number two, we're the only ones with those kind of patents. There's no one else has ever validated a glutathione.
An oral one, at least,
Oral
or in general.
Yeah, both. Also, the MTHFR, I tried the MTHFR Renew or Endure. I don't know. I'd probably try, if you've got a C677T, you want to add a Renew, then you might want to start adding Endures until you over-methylate. You keep going up every week.
I'm that person I'm double homozygous. I started on the Renew, but
You're compound heterozygous.
I'm compound, so I'm double.
You have C677T and A1298C.
Yeah. And I take just Endure now, but I've been on it for 5 years now.
Yeah.
Quite some time.
How long did it take your gut ache to go?
It took a little bit, but honestly, it started when I first started on an MTHFR support pill, which wasn't currently what I'm taking now. That took longer, but once we figured out my B12 vitamin for me was really important, it wasn't long for it to start to resolve, but it did take some time.
A couple of years.
Over time, yeah, definitely.
I've seen that the gut problems tend to go away with time.
Yeah.
Almost everyone with bad MTHFR have gut problems.
Yeah.
And maybe that's the early little precursor to IBD.
Yeah.
Inflammatory bowel disease, irritable bowel disease, and then later ulcerative colitis and Crohn's disease.
Yeah.
Yeah, so you want to deal with the MTHFR. MTHFR, Renew and Endure don't work for everyone. Probably 1 out of 100 can't tolerate it, and you have to really dumb it down to
Start
not
with
because
just
I'm not saying they're dumb. I'm just saying their body just needs something really
simple.
mild.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I usually go with that
Pure Melt.
Pure Melt. Yeah, because it just says folate and methyl B12 in it. Mm-hmm. Yeah, the Pure Melt. So neat because you can start with half of one of those or a fourth even because they're chewables.
Yeah.
So okay, yeah. The glutathione, start with 1 squirt, work your way up to 8 per day.
How come you start with 1? Is it just sensitivity?
Careful, yeah.
Yeah, go really low and slow.
Yeah, and it tastes really tart and tangy. You've been warned. But if you have Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, I don't think you care.
How much MTHFR and or Renew do you
According
just
to
kinda...
your genetic errors, they're never more than 4 or 5.
Yeah.
That's kind of the max. I've had patients with 18 errors. I've had patients with more than 2 MTHFR errors.
Yeah.
They're rare.
Yeah.
Like when it was a lady with 2 A1298Cs and 1 C6717, I confirmed it with a 23andMe.
That's crazy.
It was crazy. And so I've seen a couple of those. You can have up to 4 MTHFRs actually, which is really weird.
That is.
Yeah, but they don't, it's bad.
Do you recommend probiotics?
Let's get to that. Yes. The good probiotic. Yeah, absolutely. You need it. It's part of the play. It's part of the improvement deal. It's how you get better. You need a really, really good probiotic. It's Life 9 if you're young living. You need more than that, though. I'll tell you. You need a lot of probiotics. Like, this is my favorite one. It's Healthy Trinity by Natron. No, I don't own stock of them. No, I don't get any money off any sale. But their probiotics are serious. It's used in hospitals, especially pediatric hospitals elsewhere. It is not cheap. Natron Healthy Trinity. Go to their website, not Amazon, to order it. It's a lot. You can get sale prices and discounts and all kinds of stuff on their website. And it gets to you about a week quicker. And even now, because I had to take a bunch of horrible antibiotics for a horrible sinus infection I got that would not go away, I'm taking like 8 of these still a day, even though it's been a week since I stopped.
8 a day.
Yeah. Ugh. Yeah, I take it with yogurt, all of them.
That's like $30.
But I got C. difficile,
Ooh.
Clostridium difficile. Yeah, I've had it since I was state medical director with nursing homes and stuff like that. Yeah.
Scary.
So, so the minute I take antibiotic, it's bad. Mm-hmm. So yeah, and I have to be really careful and clear it up.
Did you say take it with yogurt?
I do. I take it with Activia or some other yogurt. Activia has life cultures, and just a spoonful or two every time, not the whole cup of yogurt. 1 cup will last me all day or even 2 days, which sounds weird. I just keep putting it back in the fridge.
Yeah.
I just wanted to have something for it to grow in. So it's weird because my ulcerative colitis patients and Crohn's patients have really liked the glutathione. A couple of them have said it's key. The guy we're going to interview, we'll call him C, that we're going to interview. He says it's the game changer for his ulcerative colitis, Crohn's. So also if you have fissures, rectal or anal fissures with your Crohn's, which is like the horror of horrors with Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, you apply it back there, which sounds weird, but try and clean the area up the best you can with a wipe and apply it 4, 5, 8 times a day to begin with. And yes, it burns and stings the first few times you use it, but that's because it has a low pH. But it'll help rejuvenate and reform your skin and renew it and help those heal.
Makes sense.
It's you can't get them healed, try that trick. So so when we interview him, we'll talk to him about that, because that's what I've dealt with other fissures before and done that trick. The NIH says glutathione, if there was a functional glutathione out there, that wonder what that could be, that that it should heal wounds and other things, help with wound healing. So, and that anal fissure is definitely a wound.
I know.
It's horrible.
I used it on my recovery from my tonsillitis, so getting my tonsils removed, it burns.
Quite the same thing.
I know, but it's open wound. Burned, but it helped a lot with my recovery.
Right.
And I was 20, and it wasn't nearly as bad as it probably should have been of a recovery.
I agree. That's as bad to get your tonsils out at 20.
I know, believe me.
That's better at 4.
Yeah.
But, yeah, so and everyone knows, I think my audience mostly knows that I, for years I was in that plastic surgery room, dealt with complex wound issues. So we use glutathione a lot to do what we need to have done. So you can get up to 18, 16, even 30 squirts a day if you're counting the ones on your bumby for your fissures and orally. You squirt it in, hold it under your tongue for, just kind of hold it in your mouth for 30 seconds and swallow it. Mm-hmm. Then wait 20 to 30 minutes before you eat or drink.
Yep.
I usually drive to work after I do it in the morning, and then start drinking when I get or brush my teeth. Because you will have glutathione breath all day.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Specific. You mentioned the genetic testing, but do you think there's another kind of testing? Like you said, some micronutrient testing might help?
I've been suggesting SpectraCell for years, we found a better, cheaper, faster test that's pretty identical to it. I think these people worked at Spectral. I don't think I know they did. And these guys have updated it and done a really good job. The IP for Spectral has long since run off. And the patient brought this in about 8 or 9 weeks ago. It looks at, if you do the whole test, it literally looks at 100 different data points, 100 data points we're charging $550 for that. It gives you, and plus you don't get the problems that you're going to hear of with my severe ulcerative colitis patient. We did it 3 times on him, and it failed every time. They said they've gotten rid of those failures with their new way they set up their intracellular micronutrient testing.
Interesting.
So you don't get the failures.
Yeah.
Which is really cool. So much better results. You got to deal with those vitamin deficiencies. You deal with all that, and you deal with the. It's funny because I was just sitting here taking a baggie full of vitamins. So, because literally I got my results back about 6 weeks ago, and I take a baggie in the morning, a baggie by lunch. I'm done with it. In the evening, I do the same. I get home and I nibble on something before I go out and work out. I try and work out every night, but I'll take a handful and then I'll take another handful after I come in and eat dinner. And so it's getting old, but it hasn't been 100 days yet. So you need to hold the course for 100 days. Hold the line. Get better. And if you have ulcerative colitis or Crohn's disease, it might be longer than 100 days. You will be choking down vitamins and probiotics.
Yeah,
but you will get better substantially in a number of different ways. So even if it's just how you feel overall, your energy, everything else. So the probiotics, the Nature and Healthy Trinity, Life 9, Garden of Life Raw Probiotics Ultimate Care. Garden of Life Raw Probiotics Ultimate Care is another one. Again, take all that with a teaspoon of yogurt 6 days a day. Then healing the fissures, or you want to put the glutathione back there. I know it's going to burn. You're going to hate my guts, but it'll heal. I can't guarantee it, but I think probably a really, really good chance that it'll completely heal. And plus, you don't have any scarring at that point. And then the vitamin panel. You should also start seeing improvement fairly quickly, though. We'll talk to C in my interview. It can take a year to get everything completely gone. More like 6 to 9 months to get everything gone. And even then, you're going to have some residuum forever because of the hell you've been through. But I don't know. It's worth a change. There's no guarantees that you're going to improve. There's no guarantee that any of this is going to work. But a lot of it's just good health stuff. But it can work. Get your genetics. Start with that. Prove it to yourself. So, do you want to cover the major points at the end?
Yeah.
I'm rolling through. And are you seeing questions?
Yeah.
Good. We'll answer those too. Some major points some of these patients have reiterated over and over to me on their path to symptom improvement or resolution was the VARS glutathione is a game changer. That's number one. I'm not sure why this is, but they almost all say that. Even the 95-pound ones are super emaciated. Maybe it's a metal or toxicity issue. I don't know that.
Yeah. Interesting.
I need to start testing metals on these patients, but I don't know that. Haven't explored that, so I don't know why. They do have glutathione errors, which is a problem for them genetically.
Do you see usually they have deficiencies in glutathione when you do the micronutrient testing?
Yeah. Well, the ones that it works on, a lot of it hasn't worked
it fails on them.
Yeah, and we just gave their money back. But I think this new one will work and be a lot better.
Yeah.
So, in the severe cases with pitons, they call them, and I think they're little metal clips that hold their fissures together. They're awful. They're kind of keep the patient alive, but they're just miserable back there. Those tend to fall out after the fissure goes away and heals.
Man. So
that's kind of cool. Okay. Number 2, dealing with the vitamin deficiencies really seemed to help. It says dealing with vitamin deficiencies. Someone catch that? Hope it's not on the other one. Anyway, of course, this is what it helps you heal. I'm not a naturopath, but we did that trick all the time in research. We'd make sure people didn't have vitamin deficiencies before we do studies here now. We tend to do that, make sure they're not suffering from vitamin deficiencies that would skew the results. And number 3, the probiotics were key. Absolutely key.
Mm-hmm.
You need to pile on a lot of probiotics and take care of it.
Yeah.
So, and this is still anecdotal. I mean, I probably have had 15, maybe 20 cases I've treated, and so it's still strictly anecdotal, but it seems to work so far with all of them. I like to get my hands on more to see if I can help them too, or certainly they can try this stuff without even coming to see me. I just explained everything I did. So
Yeah.
they can try it if they need my help. I'm here. I wonder if we shouldn't start a Facebook page in ulcerative colitis and Crohn's or treat ulcerative colitis and Crohn's with natural options. You ever heard of something like that?
No.
Yeah, okay,
I'm sure
well,
there
we
are
got right
pages
there.
though.
So, okay, start laying
Is
some
there
questions on me.
a diet that you have seen might help?
Maybe more paleo,
Yeah.
but most of these patients are pretty emaciated. Anything they can get in.
Yeah, they have a really hard
God
time
help 'em.
absorbing any
Yeah,
nutrition,
bad.
right? Based on the empty Jafar alone, that already is going to cause you not to absorb things right. So,
You got to deal, especially if they have a bad B12 deficiency, which I've seen in several of them, which is horrible. I'll usually go with injectable at that point. Man, it's just bad.
yeah.
Their vitamin deficiencies. By the time they get down to 100 pounds or 95 pounds, it's terrible.
So
so-
sad.
But I like that we can improve them and make them, I can't cure it, but I can make them normal
Better, yeah.
without symptoms. I don't know what that is. I'm not going to claim I can cure that. So, or with minimal to no symptoms. Just always know that it's lurking.
Do you think that anemia is related to this at all?
I think they bleed and ooze a lot in their colon. So that's where the anemia comes from. That's also from the vitamin deficiencies can cause the anemia. So you got to deal with it upright.
So, what are the supplements again that you recommend for UC a lot?
I don't know. Before I get any testing, what I would try is, if you're not Young Living, I tried Life Extension 2 per day. Maybe even try 3 per day if you like them. You can get them on Amazon. If you're Young Living, try the Master Formula, which I was somewhat involved in the design of. So, and try the glutathione. Can't hurt. Try the probiotics.
Yeah. Just give it a try.
And yeah, if we need to, then we can talk. I'd definitely try those
Yeah.
before you go spend a ton of money. But
Yeah.
but then I'm here if you want to really dig in and help me
Pinpoint
find,
it. Yeah.
again, really tune it all up.
And that's what it takes a lot of times is pinpointing exactly what deficiencies are causing because there's always sneaky ones.
Yeah, but I do these Facebook Lives trying to help people so they don't have to
Exactly.
see me or
Yeah.
they can resolve some of their problems without.
With themselves. Yeah.
Yeah, but so that's why I put this out there.
Is there an age that you recommend not using this kind of options or like could a 14-year-old do this or
Any age.
any age? That's
Yeah,
good.
14-year-olds certainly could do this. Yeah, I've done it with
Yeah.
them. I've done it with kids, preteens and teens, 30s, 40s, 50s, 60s.
Yeah.
Those are good questions. Keep going.
Yeah.
I know there's just not a lot to cover on this. It's pretty simple. Probiotics, detox however you can, but with the glutathione, I'll help you detox. Don't try another form of glutathione. If it's not validated, don't bother.
Yeah.
Please don't waste your money. And deal with your methylation errors. And if you have other vitamin deficiencies, try and figure out what they are and deal with them.
Yeah.
In the intracellular testing, because that's what shows what got into your cells or what can't get into your cells according to your genetic errors, which will block absorption of a lot of things.
Does the testing show for ulcers or is there a different kind of test that would? Or do you just know you have ulcers? I never.
Well, that's a gastroenterology workup.
Okay. Someone else.
That's
would
not
have to do
me doing that.
I just wondered.
Yeah. No, I'm more playing the naturopath again, which I love
Yeah.
playing. I'm an MD, but I love root causes, and they can't tell you the root cause of ulcerative colitis or Crohn's. They give you vague answers, and I don't like vague answers. I can't either give you the root cause, but I can find these genetic errors, which are super flippin' annoying.
Yeah.
So, and we can deal with those, certainly.
There's been a couple comments saying mercury has been something that's caused issues with their gut. That's part of the heavy metal issue, right?
Yeah. And we
Yeah.
have that toxic elements test, which is pretty inexpensive.
Yeah, from
By
Genova.
Genova, yeah. It's a couple $100, but we can send that to you if you want to know what your toxic elements are. It's pretty accurate. We also I've done 24-hour urines for heavy metals before,
Yeah.
but they only show lead, arsenic, and mercury.
Yeah, they're not as much.
Yeah, not as much detail. So
What was that new micronutrient test that you are recommending again?
microgen.
Micronutrient, CMA,
Oh yeah, CMA micronutrient test that
Cell Science.
by Cell Science. Yeah.
The only way you can order it from us currently is by giving us a call at the office, just because we don't have it on our website yet, but we're working on
We'll
that.
be getting it up there.
Yep. We just can't even keep them in stock.
No, because all my patients
I
want
know.
to get them. And
Yeah, every patient who
we
comes
just
in the
got
office
15,
gets
they were
them.
gone the next day.
Yeah, legit. So
Yeah, I
we
kid you
can't keep
not.
them, but we're trying to because it's
Can
a
we
good
get
option.
150?
They wouldn't let me order more than 15 at a time.
I'm gonna call.
I
them.
call them every day and order more. So they're trying to realize what we do here.
Yeah.
We see a lot of people that we want to help.
You know what? I get patients with really severe illnesses, and I'm an MD / I get to pretend I'm a naturopath occasionally. Please don't be offended, naturopaths out there by an MD doing that. I've gone to your national conventions, by the way. I've met a bunch of you. It's a lot of fun. You see me lurking in the background sometimes in pictures.
Peekaboo. It's Dr. Purser.
Yeah, really. Been
What
a
if you
goofball.
have this girl, she has Crohn's, she has an ostomy bag, she can barely tolerate pills, and she can barely digest raw veggies and a few fruits. Do you
I'd-
recommend something for her to start with?
I'd
That's a
start with
complicated.
figuring out her genetics, and I'd start with that CMA.
Go deep.
And then if it's a bad B12, I'd do injectables. Yeah, you can do a lot of sublingual stuff.
Yeah. There's a lot of options.
And some injectables.
Yeah.
And if need be, if she can find someone in her area who does IVs, I have one clinic I use here, and if you get if she gets good enough, they can undo the ostomy.
Yeah.
They can do that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Reattach it.
Yeah. So true. Remind us what those probiotics are again.
Nature and Healthy Trinity. Go to their website, natren.com. Here it is. Order from the website, not from Amazon. Can you see it?
Yep.
And they are serious probiotic people. They are not cheap. They are they're sorry, Amazon. They can order from Amazon. I guess I'm on Amazon Live. Probably just got removed off Amazon Live.
They actually come nice on Amazon. That's where I ordered mine. They were in a cold box.
They will. Well, they came from the company.
Yeah, but
They send
have
them on ice.
Yeah,
They are major serious as a heart attack. With
they have a good
probiotics.
subscription program too. You can get a good discount if you order them.
I know, and I just try and go on there and get their 3 for 2 sales, or
Yeah,
buy one get one half off and stuff like that, which you can't get on Amazon. But yeah, and Garden of Life Raw Probiotics Ultimate Care, which is cheaper, but you can get off Amazon. Not quite as good, but close.
yeah.
As another option. So, and then Life 9, I would take them all. I've taken them all at
Yeah,
once.
you can't hurt.
Can't throw down 8 or 10 of those bad boys twice a day with some yogurt.
He takes 50 pills a day.
Yeah,
plus.
when you're on antibiotics, yeah, or if I had Crohn's or ulcerative colitis, I would take probably 30 a day. If I had the money, I'd buy a lot of probiotics
Yeah.
and take them because it can really make a difference.
What about the Tiny Vite? Would that help with MTHFR?
Yeah,
Is that a good way to start?
Yeah, you can
small?
always start with the chewable tiny bite. Start with a quarter or one.
Yeah.
1/4. Remember, I take half of one. That's my dose every day, which is weird, but I only have a couple of errors. But yeah, take a quarter one. If you like it after a week, try a half of one. If you like that, try a whole one. A whole tiny bite is equal to half of a MTHFR Endure. So if you're taking eventually two tiny bite chewables, it's equal to 1 Endure.
Yep.
Yeah, it's a good way to start.
This is an interesting comment. It's not a question, but she has UC and 2 out of her 4 kids have it. So that kind of shows the genetic factor.
It's definitely genetic.
Yeah.
Yeah.
People really want a Facebook page.
What?
Getting a lot of comments about a Facebook group about
What?
starting for UC.
Oh, yeah. Oh,
interesting.
they want us to start one?
I'm seeing quite a few comments.
I'm sure they're
We'll
already
see
out
what we
there,
can do, yeah.
but, yeah, they're weird. Made by drug companies, stuff like that. Well, yeah. And clearly, we have an interest. We want you to use our glutathione and our MTHFR, Endure, or Renew. I'm not going to pull any punches, but it's because they work. If you can find something better, use it. I'm also all for that, too. Good luck. We have all the patents on everything.
Yeah.
There's a reason why. If you can't tolerate, or your kids can't tolerate the VARs, glutathione, rub it on them. We validated both with our patent study, topical or oral.
There's a pretty cool topical glutathione out there as well.
Oh, Singular?
Yeah.
Like what? Oh, yeah.
It's for skin irritations.
Singular. Yeah, you can just spray some on their back and rub it in.
It's a good one for
It'll
the
also
rectal.
get through your hand.
For skin irritations and
Yeah, or
soothing
spray it
and
on your
renewing.
Bumby if you got
Bumby, such a medical term, Dr. Purser.
your buttocks.
Your glute?
Go back to Bumpy.
I'm gonna say Bumby. Yeah, if you've got come on, we've got kids. Well, not anymore. You were our kids.
You're like in the grandpa age now, right?
Yeah, well, when Cyrus hurts his Bumby, anyway, never mind. We'll leave it right there. So, he's one of my grandsons. So, okay. Yeah, you can spray it back there on your fissures, or also, those are horrible. So that's a really smart idea. That's what I should have been suggesting.
I did tell you that before, but that's okay.
Okay, I forgot. Yeah, you can also spray that on your tongue. I don't know if I'd advise it. It's not
Oh,
flavored.
no, don't do it. Don't
you
do
done
it.
it?
Yep. Don't do it.
Okay, don't do it.
Surprisingly, the VARs taste way better.
Yeah, you would be surprised. No, I'm just kidding. Glutathione with no flavoring, guys. It's an experience.
That's our AO Biologics, the biotech, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Singular. Okay, good. You can guess what it treats. Okay, I'll just leave it at that. I don't know that it treats it. It just improves it.
It'll help.
It'll help.
Soothe and renew and restore.
Soothe and renew.
Restore.
Yeah, with shingles. Okay. So, any other good questions? It's not that complicated. I know they're on a lot of meds. A lot of people have really suffered. They have ostomies. They have all kinds of things going on. I'm horrified for them. It's worth a try. Just some simple approaches. Find out if you have methylation problems. Try the Endure. Try a Tiny Bite, or try something. There are other brands out there. There are other base methylation support products you may want to try. I don't care. Try something. Glutathione. Try it. I'd use the VARs just because we're the only ones that have ever validated in the entire world. And try it. Start with one maybe topical, one squirt topically for a week. Then go to 2 squirts and work your way up to where you can take 1 or 2 orally. And then, go from there. Get up to where you're taking 8 squirts, 16 squirts a day. Get on the right probiotics. Try it. Why not? And what was the last one? Oh, yeah. If you try a good multivitamin like Life Extension 2 per day or Young Living's Master Formula, which I was involved in. So good vitamins both, and you can't go wrong with them. If you want to know more, if you want to know what your real deficiencies are, find someone who will do a CMA or contact us. We'll help you with it. And get the whole test, get the redox challenge to at the end. That's where you get the 100 data points. It's worth it to see. And that'll tell me if you've got glutathione or SOD issues or what. There's so much we can do to help with this. Anyway, try all this first. You don't need me, so I just gave it all away to you. So if you need my help, you can contact me and let me help you. So
This was a cool comment. She left her name. Her name's Kathy. VARs, Copper Balance, MTHFR, Endure, Nature and Healthy Trinity saved me after 10 months of misery. I'm still working through what to eat, but I can take these and at least feel better. So it's a path.
Kathy, we love you. Yeah, it's a
a
path.
journey.
It's a journey. Yeah, I remember I said it could take a year or more.
Yeah.
for really severe cases. So, copper balance, that's interesting.
Copper balance
That
talks
we
the metals.
received US patent on that because it's for what it does to the metallothionein. Metallothioneins are how you move metals around in between your cells into and out of your intracellular space. Also, how you take metals and dump them into your kidneys or liver to get rid of them, into your bile or whatever. That's really interesting. I hadn't thought of copper balance. Okay, maybe we should add that to the mix.
Test it out on a couple more people.
I didn't think of that. Well, I'm sitting here saying it's probably a heavy metal problem, and I didn't think of metallothionein support. But now that we've got that new, for the fourth time now, I've gotten I got a CMA back, the micronutrient panel back on someone with bad fibro, and they have a really severe molybdenum deficiency. Fourth one.
Yeah.
So in all my and you would expect
You knew that though.
molybdenum deficiencies in people that have fibro. They cannot form molybdopterin. That's the word, molybdopterin.
Just making words up.
No, you can Google that. DOPTERIN. Molyb, MOLYB, and molybdopterin. So molybdopterin. So you can't form it if you properly if you have fibro.
Yeah.
I think it's a molybdopterin. I think it's a molybdenum deficiency can definitely cause it's in our copper balance.
Yeah.
So yeah, that Kathy, you might want to get a for your great comment. Call my office. We'll give you one of those if we have them. One of those CMAs that costs. So I'll just leave it at that. Yeah, let me do that. That's an award. No, Jackson's growling at me. Stop.
No.
Well, anyway, she can contact us. That's a great comment. Thank you.
She's already gotten a spectra cell done.
Okay.
Copper showed low copper. That's why you pegged it. You did it yourself. You forgot.
I can't remember everyone.
Come on.
I do about 10 of those a day.
Yeah.
Okay. Anything else I need to cover? That it? So our next Facebook Live is going to be when? 2 weeks or 3 weeks?
I'm not sure yet. We'll have to see.
I like doing them every other week.
Probably 2 weeks.
Yeah.
We just have to
We'll
line
see.
it up with some things, but yeah, we'll see.
We have some big things happening. Big. Like really big. Okay, cool. So I love all you guys. Thanks for watching. Watch for my interview with C, the wonder patient. We'll just call him that. Yeah, who had severe ulcerative colitis, Crohn's even, and recovered. He can tell you the story. I don't need to, but yeah, we'll interview. I'll interview him. I'll chat with him. It'll probably be a 15 to 20 minute, maybe 30-minute interview.
Mm-hmm.
We'll post that later this week, right?
We'll see if we
Hopefully.
can get him. Yeah.
Yeah,
Whenever
good.
we get him on.
Yeah, so I love all you guys. God bless. And go in good health, please, especially in these times.